Recently, Turkey Tom tweeted that he's gonna stop the Problems With series, and I've always had the idea of making this video, and I couldn't think of a better time to make it. And it's actually sad I have to clarify this, but I'm actually a fan of Tom's content, and I have been for about a year now. I actually subscribed after watching the Problems With Cartoon Network video. I think he's actually making unique videos, and this is not at all a hate video. I respect the guy, and I hope he improves his content. And my dumbass thought I was fucking smart for making this video, and when I looked up the Problems With Turkey Tom, I saw two videos with the same title. The first one's addressing the whole Digibro situation, which isn't a very good video, but I'll give her a break because she's only been making videos for like 4 months now, and no one should be judged off videos they made 4 months into YouTube. But to call him the worst YouTuber of all time is one of the it's fucking stupid. And the other video is just a pure hate video with no constructive criticism, just like the other one. So I wouldn't compare this video to those two, mainly because I like Turkey Tom's content and this isn't a hate video, just criticism, which no one is above. So with that being said, I want to talk about the problems with Turkey Tom's content. There actually isn't a lot. So I'm going to judge his content from when he changed his stills to that new nice design which was introduced in the Problems With 4chan video, which as of writing this, he's only made 5 videos with the new stills. And for anyone who doesn't know what that means, it's basically if I were to put my profile picture on the screen and slightly moving it into the reaction of what I'm talking about. One of Tom's fans actually made him some pretty nice stills with more reactions than just one picture, so I obviously couldn't do that. And I also won't be talking about his past trauma with Kavos, as the whole situation is fucking dumb on both sides. All I have to say about that whole situation is that he could have handled it better, and I think he knows that. Now, the first video I want to talk about is the Digibro video, where he basically calls him a pedophile for like half the video, which I don't agree with. I agree with what Adam said, that jerking off to lolly hentai isn't pedophilia, but it's still fucking weird. But hey man, you do you, it's 2018. I mean, side by side, a little girl and a lolly, it just doesn't really look the same. Most lollies have ridiculously big boobs, and they more look like a smaller version of a fully developed woman with a squeaky voice, which you can't say about with an actual little girl. They're not very comparable to an actually developed woman. But that being said, I still think it's weird, but it's not worth spending half your video on. Which were he likes lollies, and the story of the guy who was at his house on New Year's, which could have been fake, and the Monkey Jones podcast situation, which I do agree with actually. And in case you didn't watch Tom's video, the whole situation is that Monkey was on a podcast with Digibro, and one of the castmates was gonna leave unless Monkey was kicked off the podcast for supporting people who trolled him. And the other main point is that he can't take criticism, which I also agree with and have no problem with. And something that surprised me was that he didn't talk about his content too much, which is fine. I think Digibro's new content isn't good, but it's not worth making a video about how bad it is. Also, something I want to point out is that he used a clip of Digibro on a podcast saying he likes to watch little girls in anime getting fucked.
However, I will say this, Digibro. I don't know if this is accurate because I don't know the terminology of like anime shit, but you are self-professed, what is it, lolicon fan?
Yes.
Does that mean what does that mean?
It means that I am a huge fan of illustrations of little girls getting fucked.
Oh.
And that's where the clip ends, but I actually looked up the whole podcast, and the way he defends watching lolly hentai is actually pretty smart, and he actually had a discussion with the podcaster. Now that's the video out of the 5 I talked about that I didn't like due to me not agreeing with a lolly point. That took up a pretty good chunk of the video. And the insults in the video were a little too much. I'm all for goofing on people when there's a point or a reason other than I don't like this person. I won't lie, I say some pretty mean shit about people or to people I don't like, but I wouldn't put it in a video critiquing someone because it comes off as blind or pure hate. Other than that video, most of the stuff I didn't like about his content a year ago has improved drastically. His writing and editing has improved a lot, which if that doesn't change over the course of a year, you need to rethink your content. Of course, the more he made videos, his equipment was upgraded, like his microphone, which isn't a critique in your early stages of YouTube. There are some things he needs to work on, like his sound mixing, like sometimes his intro is really quiet, and the transition that shows what he's talking about is really fucking loud, something that shows in his newest video.
Well, whoever I am to you, today we're going to talk about two things: storytime animators and criticism.
And something he used to do was yell into his mic, which was a blue snowball at the time, and I can tell you for a fact that shit cannot handle yelling.
What the fuck?
And occasionally he has edit fuck-ups, which is fine. Everyone has them. We shouldn't hold them over it. It's just something that should be noted because not everyone is perfect. And ironically, the biggest problem I had with him was the problem with series. I felt like it was too repetitive on his channel, and you'll never improve as a content creator if you don't try new shit. Trust me, I learned that the hard way. So I'm glad he's retiring the series, and I want him to talk about something new or positive for a change. The biggest problem with the commentary community, besides their awful personality, is they're always hating or criticizing someone or something. It's easy to point out the flaws of something, but not as easy as convincing someone something you love or are passionate about. With that all being said, Turkey Tom makes great content. This video is meant to show him what he's doing wrong and how to improve more than he already is. He's publicly expressed he's up for criticism, so here's my criticism. Thanks for watching. If you aren't already watching Turkey Tom or his son Josh is Broken, do yourself a favor and check them out.